We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Daniels starts with a pass. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. A pass complete to Noah Brown.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he's going to be close to a 1st down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And the Commanders are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Off the zone read, Daniels going to hang on to it. And he will take it in himself. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Commanders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Cavante chirping on the return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right to the air is Prescott. Toward the sideline, that's pulled in by Lamb.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a third down and 4. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Prescott now. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now Dowdle. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's second and 2. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Commanders with the early lead. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense going to take over now for the second time. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The ball's out. The Cowboys have it. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Inside the 10, it is caught. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
A run on 1st and goal. And that's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force 4th down.
3rd and short. You think the defense has everybody packed in there real tight. So as a play caller, you're thinking, all right, let's give my running back a chance to stretch and cut. But this defense was ready for all of it. They string him out wide, nowhere to cut, take him down for a loss.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are back within 1. It's 7-6.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. The ball comes out. The Cowboys have it. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Dowdle. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a toss as they look to run. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. A handoff as they try to run it here. A dive, and he's in! Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got... Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And the defense has it. On 1st down, Daniels.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
2nd down and 3. The tight end Ertz in motion. On 2nd down, it's a run with Robinson. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
3rd and short, and it's Daniels. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's first and goal. Throwing again, Daniels. And he's in. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. Here's Seibert now for the point after. He's got it. And the Commanders move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. First and 10. Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. The Cowboys offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a first and 10. Now Prescott. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Dak going to throw it here on first down. Pass pulled in by Vaughn. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Cowboys going to use their third and final timeout. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This a 44-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cowboys get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders' offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with first and 10. To throw is Daniels. Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Cowboys are in front. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, on the return, here's Turpin. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. On the play fake, Dak. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
On play action, here's Dak. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play for the Cowboys. And even 30 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Handoff here, up the middle. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Here's Dak to throw. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Cowboys add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. He's trying to get around the corner, but he can't. He's going to be run down behind the line. Second and 11. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field, and this is a great example here why.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. 18 yards on the pickup there, and a 1st down.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Donovan Wilson. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. This drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
First down, Prescott. A hit, and he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And a big turn of events there. This defense trying to hold off the opposition now takes the lead, Greg, by taking it to the end zone.
Yeah, and it seems like week in and week out, Mike, in this league, there's 1 or 2 plays that determine the outcome of the game. And I get the sense here in the second half, that game-changing scoop and score by this defense could very well be that play. So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
Now a give up the middle. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And the defense has it. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Going right sideline and complete. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 31 yards. We'll try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
And he's in! Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. From From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. Taking off, and he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Now Dowdle. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they...
And he will go all the way. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. And he will get into the end zone for 2, and this game is tied.
Everybody's looking to end every drive with 6, but when you can turn that 6 into 8, man, what a confidence boost coming off the field, and they're going to force their opponent now to start chasing.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to take over possession of the football. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. That one complete to Brian Robinson.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Now they face 3rd down and 7. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Washington. They'll drop to throw. Off he goes. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. A sideline throw, looked in by McLaurin. That's 11 yards again, 2 plays in a row. And another first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
Here's 2nd down. Robinson. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. They'll run with Robinson. So a big spot for Austin Seibert. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, here's Turpin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. Oh, he coughs up the football. The Commanders come up with it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
2nd down, Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Here we go. One final play. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. He's got it! And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So it's a win here for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Commanders are winners as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Daniels starts with a pass. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 73 yards. Touchdown, Washington. You talk about a way to get this one started, Greg. Come on the road, go downfield deep, and put 6 on the board.
You can tell, Mike, this offensive coordinator, he wanted to come out aggressive in this one. Finds himself on the road. What does he do on the first snap? Deep shot, touchdown, strike first.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here's Turpin. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right to the air is Prescott. A pass caught by the veteran. That's Brandon Cooks. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
A first down throw for Prescott. That's to Ferguson once again. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Play action now. Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive. And as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying, what can I do to slow this guy down? Because with the way this game has started, he could be in for a big day. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll throw again. Dak. He's going to tuck it and go. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On the ground, it's Dowdle. Oh, a loose football. The Commanders come up with it. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here's 3rd and 2. The motion man here is McLaurin. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. We'll go play action. It's Prescott. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chin. He gets free. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Washington. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment, uplifting for them, big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, here's Turpin. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. He fumbled the football. And this is taken in by the defense. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
On play action, Daniels. He's going to run it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. And that is incomplete. Trayvon Diggs, tight coverage, and he knocks that one away.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Dowdle. Now a loose football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
We are through one. It's the Commanders with the early lead. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A handoff here, up the middle, and some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, Prescott. Got a man, that's Tolbert. And he's going to take this one all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They'll run it here with Robinson. He'll get this ahead for about 3. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Here's 3rd and 7. They'll throw with Daniels. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. And he's got his team a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
That's to McLaurin. They connect again. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Daniels to throw on second down. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Trying the left side, here's Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, we spend a lot of time praising the running backs, and deservingly so. But oftentimes, it's a combination of the scheme and the big guys up front who make it work, and that's exactly what we saw here on the big pickup.
Slot man in motion left. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Here's Daniels. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
The motion man here is McLaurin. They'll run with Robinson. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
Daniels going to keep it on the zone read. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
3rd and goal. It's Daniels. Taking off, he'll try, and he will get into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Commanders. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, here's Turpin. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Dak. The open man is Tolbert. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Commanders come up with it. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Daniels. Thrown left side. The catch is made. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
On 1st down, Daniels. The ball's out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
The Commanders will signal for the 1st of their timeouts. As the clock stops, 50 seconds to play until halftime. Third and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Here's Tress Way now, as he's on to punt for Washington. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. They face 2nd down and 7. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. They get 14 on that hookup. 1st down, Cowboys.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. Two first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Again, Prescott to the air. Quick throw, taken in, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll throw again. Dak. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. And he will score. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys. His 2nd touchdown of this first half.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot.
Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Daniels now on 1st down. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here for Robinson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So here's Seibert, made the field goal a moment ago, and now we'll kick this one away. Short kick taken at the 17. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. This team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Prescott now. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So second down, and they'll run it. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
3rd and short. Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. A pickup there of 25 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off.
And he's got another one. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Dallas. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Daniels. He'll tuck it and take off. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Throwing a comeback route against zone coverage, it could be a little bit tricky. Remember, in zone, the defender's eyes are on the quarterback. So if your receiver doesn't sell that right and this ball's not thrown on time, you're going to end up watching that defender take this thing back the other way.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Now this is going to be a design run. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. The Cowboys have it. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Here's Prescott. The ball comes out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
To the left side, caught by Lamb. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now, Dowdle. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
The best time to call a draw is when the defense is playing a pass situation, so a down and distance that screams pass. You want those defensive linemen ripping up the field thinking, I'm going to go sack the quarterback. In this case, they time it perfectly, hands the ball off to the back, big pickup.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Commanders' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. He's got it! And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
When you get big gains like that, Mike, it's pretty easy to see why that stat line just continues to grow. And the defense doesn't come away with a plan to stop this guy. We could have a record-setting performance on our hands.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's complete. It's Jamison Crowder. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Third and 2. Here's Daniels. He's got the veteran Zach Ertz. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll try to run with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Daniels now going to look to throw. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Washington. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
To the air again, Prescott. He'll get this complete. It's Lamb again. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Prescott again. There's that man again. Another catch. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd and 9. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he will score! Game on! Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing now, Daniels. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Washington.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Now a return coming from the 14. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This is 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. They'll throw again. Dak. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. Here's a 2nd and 6. Again, Prescott to the air. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
You just have to have a better plan coming into the game when you're facing this sort of pass rush. You are not going to be able to sit there with long developing plays and pat the ball in the pocket. It has to be read one, read two, check down. Get the ball out of your hands. Protect your offensive lineman a little bit.
It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still one timeout left. The final minute, 1st and 10. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. That one good for 26 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
On 3rd down, Prescott. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. With 1 timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens. But we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. The Commanders' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Arlington.